Students, we will continue the chapter air with a new topic, weather and climate. Children, you have learned in smaller classes what is weather and what is climate. Weather, we can say weather is what we get, and what is climate? Climate is what we expect. Okay. For example, suppose you are playing in a park during your summer holidays. During your summer vacation, you are playing in a park. Okay. Suddenly, it started rain. What will you do? You all will run, right? So, what did you get that time? You got rain. So, that is what we can call weather. Weather is what we get. So, we got rain during the summer vacation. But during the summer vacation, what we all expect? We expect what? It's a hot sunny day. So, the climate is what we expect. So, the summer season we expect a hot sunny day, isn't it, children? But we got rain that day, we can say the weather is rainy, isn't it? So, weather can change dramatically. Okay, let us find out what is the definition of weather and climate. What is the definition of weather? Weather is the temporary condition. It's a temporary, it's not permanent, it's a temporary condition of the atmosphere, okay, at a place. It's a temporary condition of atmosphere at a place. Or we can say it is hour to hour, day to day condition of atmosphere. What is weather? It is hour to hour, day to day condition of atmosphere. Whereas, what is climate? Climate is the overall average weather condition. What is climate? It is the average weather condition of a place for a longer period of time. Okay, for a longer period of time. So, climate prevails for a longer period. Okay, children. But whereas weather changes dramatically from day to day, hour to hour, changes. Now, we will see what is temperature. Okay. Temperature means the degree of hotness and coldness of the air. What do you mean by temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness of the air, and it is measured by thermometer. Okay, thermometer measures the temperature. The standard unit for measuring temperature is degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, the temperature changes from day to night and from season to season. For example, in hot summer days it is very hot, temperature is very high, whereas in winters temperature is low. Am I right, children? Yes. So, temperature changes from day to night. Day it is hot, and whereas night it is not so hot. Right, children? Now, we will study insulation. What do you mean by insulation? Children, this is an important factor that influences the distribution of temperature on a place. Okay. Insulation is very important factor that determines the distribution of temperature on an area on earth. If there is less insulation in an area, we can say the temperature is less. Temperature decreases with a less insulation, and if there is more insulation, we can say that place has more temperature. So, we want to study what is insulation. Let us study what is insulation. Now, what is insulation, children? Insulation is the incoming solar energy that is intercepted by the earth. Incoming solar energy, you can see in the diagram the sun. See, the sun rays falls on the earth. Here it is vertically, the sun rays are vertically falls near the equator, right? You have studied that. Then to the poles, the sun rays are slanting. See, on here So, area is larger area, the insulation is covered by larger area, whereas here small surface, okay, insulation reach to a small surface. So, here the heat is more, this area heat is more, temperature is more, whereas this area towards the pole insulation is less heat, less temperature. Okay, children. So, because it covers a large surface, large area in the towards the poles. So, insulation decreases from the equator towards the poles. Did you understand? See, the sun rays falls vertically to the equator, near to the places near to the equator, and there the temperature is high. Okay, the places near to the equator, the temperature is high, whereas when we move from the equator towards the poles, the insulation decreases because of the slanting rays of the sun. Okay, children. Now, temperature in cities is much higher than that of villages. Why? Why cities are more hotter than villages? Because you can see the huge buildings, concrete buildings, right, and the roads. So, all these huge buildings, the concretes and the metals, okay, they absorb more heat. Okay, children, and these high rise buildings trap the heat and makes the city more hot. Okay, and it makes the city more hotter. Now we will study the next factor, that is air pressure. Okay, what is air pressure? The pressure exerted by the weight of air on the earth's surface is called air pressure. What is air pressure, children? The pressure exerted by the weight of air. Air pressure is all around us. Okay, children, the air pressure is all around us, and the pressure exerted by the weight of air on the earth's surface is called what? Air pressure. And air pressing us also, our body also, air is pressing all the time, and but our body has a counter pressure. Okay, so our body exerts a counter pressure. Okay, children. Now we will see that air pressure and distance from the sea level, how it is related. Distance from the sea level influence the air pressure. How? Let us see. At the sea level, air pressure is the highest. At the sea level, air pressure is the highest. Okay, children. Then, when we move on higher altitudes from the sea level to the mountains, that time higher altitudes, the air pressure becomes low. Air pressure becomes low. Okay, is that clear? So, the distance from the sea level affects what? Air pressure. If the place near to the sea level has high air pressure, the places near to the sea level has higher air pressure. Okay, whereas places far away from the high above the sea, okay, from the sea, they have a lower air pressure. Like mountains, you can see the air pressure is greatest at sea level, whereas it is least in the mountains as you go in the higher altitudes. Okay, when we go up in the mountains, the air pressure is lower. Am I clear? Yes. Now, air pressure and temperature, this is also related. Okay, air pressure and temperature also related. Air pressure decreases in areas having high temperature. When the place is having high temperature, the air pressure decreases. Okay, children, how it is happening? Let us see. The air rises in, see, air gets heated when the temperature of a place increases. There the air gets heated and rises up. Okay, air expands and rises up. So, it creates a low pressure in that place. the places which has high temperature, due to the heat, high temperature, air gets heated up and rises up. So, there we have low temperature. Okay, this is called air. You can see the warm air rises up and creates a low temperature there below. Air rises in low pressure areas and forms. Then what happens? It forms water droplets. It rises up and it condenses, it cools down there. Then it forms clouds, water droplets. Okay, children, and usually results in rain and storms. So, in low pressure areas, the skies are associated with what? Rain and storms. In low pressure areas, skies are associated with rains. Okay, cloudy skies and rains. Whereas, see, you can see when there is low temperature, okay, when there is low temperature in areas, the air pressure increases. Am I clear? Don't get confused. When there is low temperature, having low temperature, see, the places having low temperature, the air pressure increases. How? See, when there is lower temperature, that means the place is cold. Okay, if the place is cold, the air also cold, right? The place is having less temperature, the air is cold. The cold air sinks and creates a low pressure. Sorry, this is not low pressure, okay, high pressure. Cold air sinks and creates a high pressure. Okay. So, when a place is having low temperature, okay, in an area having low temperature, what happens? Air pressure increases. Air pressure increases. How it increases? Because of the low temperature, the air is cold. Okay, because of the low temperature, the air is cold and this heavy air sinks and creates high pressure. When the heavy air sinks, it creates high pressure on the surface. So, when the temperature, okay, when the temperature increases, there is low pressure. You got it? When the temperature increases, that creates low pressure, okay, and when the temperature decreases, that creates a high pressure. Okay. Normally, the high pressure is associated with clear and sunny skies. When there is a high pressure in an area, that area has clear and sunny skies. Whereas, if an area is having low pressure, that skies is cloudy skies, that is associated with cloudy skies and wet weather, rains. Okay. So, I hope you all understood the relation, how the temperature affects the air pressure of an area. Is that clear, children? Once more I will repeat. When the temperature increases, air pressure decreases. Okay. When the temperature decreases, air pressure increases. Just opposite. Okay. Now air moves from high pressure area to low pressure area. Air moves from high pressure area to low pressure area. Am I clear, children? So, today you have learnt about weather and climate, then temperature, then air pressure. Okay. Weather, what is weather, what is climate, then you have learned what is temperature and the factors that influence temperature, right. Then insulation is an important factor that determines the temperature of a place. Insulation decreases when we move to the poles from the equator, right. Then we have learnt about air pressure. Air pressure decreases when temperature increases. Air pressure increases when temperature decreases. Okay. Then we have learned air pressure is also associated with the influenced by what? The distance from the sea level. Air pressure is highest at the sea level, but air pressure decreases when we move higher altitudes, okay, in the mountains. So, air pressure is low there. If air pressure is decreasing, that means it is low air pressure, low pressure. When it increases, it is saying that it is high pressure. Okay. So, air pressure, don't get confused children. Okay. Air pressure is related to temperature and distance from sea level. These two factors affect what? Air pressure. Okay. Near the sea, air pressure is highest, whereas distance from the sea, okay, if the place is far away, higher than the sea level, there the air pressure is low. Am I clear? Then what about temperature? Temperature, when an area is having high temperature, air pressure decreases, low air pressure is created. Okay. When temperature decreases, high air pressure is created over there. Okay. Now the air moves from which direction to which direction? Air moves from high pressure area to low pressure area. Am I clear? Yes. Hope all of you understood. Now you have to read, children, you must refer page number 23, 24. Okay children, 23 and 24. Thank you.